I'm here with Ted Wale, and you're 105?
I'm 105, and on August the 12th this year I'll be 106.
106.
Yes.
And
That's
Ted's
the
got
clock.
a transmitter. And you've built this little transmitter, Ted.
That's the transmitter.
Yep. How long ago did you build that?
Oh, a few years ago I made that.
So you built that a few years ago. So you built that when you were 100? Maybe? Because you're 105 now.
No, this one would be made a few more years ago.
A few more years ago than that.
It was more or less for educational purposes, and I'm working on 2 transistors. I generally use
And what frequency is that transmitting on?
what I showed you in there, 90.
It was around about 90 megs.
You see that
Yep.
there? There's a coil, there's about 3 turns in that, and the tapping on it, it's just like an auto radio transformer.
Mm-hmm.
With the tapping on, and it's got the condenser next to it.
The box, where did you get that from? Just a little
J-car
J-car box? Yep.
over at Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
It's glued on, I can't show you,
That's all right.
but I engraved it with an engraver's tool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you used an
copper.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
so
use that acid, ferro.
Oh, so you don't use ferric chloride? No, you
Too
just
much messing about.
too much messing about.
I
agree.
I mark it off and I just cut it out, and I've got a little drill there, and I can drill about a millimetre drill if I want to, or just enough to let the wires go through. You know these kids' Lego toys?
Oh yeah, it's a Lego. It's a piece of
You
Lego.
get these nice little corner bits. And I've got a
That's
6
great.
VA screw in there, and that's glued on with this hot glue.
Good work, Ted.
And there's 2 AA batteries. They give me 3 volts.
Yep.
And
How much current does it draw?
with the linear amplifier on it, it would probably use up to 10 milliamps.
About 10. Yep.
But I think as it is now, usually about 5.
About 5 milliamps. Yep. That's all right.
Not
You get
very
decent.
much.
You should get good battery life from that.
I'll show you the other one.
All right, let's go. And here's the FM wireless
I'm going
microphone
to get the
kit
other little one as soon as
that
it
Ted
gets here.
built, and he says he never loans out his magazines because they never come back.
And then the hydrogen and the catalyst developed about 1.5 volts or something. But anyway,
All right, we've got another transmitter. There we go. He's got FM bugs all over the place. And what ones? That looks like one of the original talking electronic ones, is it?
there's pamphlet there. That's,
Oh, there we go.
Comes from Melbourne.
It does. I've actually met Colin Mitchell from Talking Electronics. And
This one, I made this one over 10 years ago.
over 10, but you were still, what, 95 when
And
you
you
made
see
that?
see the tank coil there?
Yep.
There's about 5 turns on. If I put 5 turns on, I get down to the 90s, 88 or 90.
Yep, 88, 90
And
meg.
if I put 4 or even 3, I'll go up to about 108 megs. And that one works on 2 transistors. You can see there's one there,
Yep.
one there. And this one here, in conjunction with that coil, and there's a little tiny condenser in there.
You call them condensers still.
Condenser?
Yeah, you still call them a
capacitor,
condenser.
if you like.
Capacitor, if you
Yeah.
like. You're a bit
And,
old school, aren't you, Ted?
To change the frequency, you close the coil in or spread it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit tedious, you know.
Yep.
This one here has got a synthetic iron
Oh, a cork.
screw.
Oh, a screw, yep.
And I get the
Slug.
plastic screwdriver,
Yep.
and I just turn that little tiny bit and get me rid. That's why I like this one, because it's easy to adjust. But in the process of moving, they say use a thick wire because it won't change
Exactly.
and change the frequency. But when you come to think of it, you only got a printed circuit underneath, and when you go moving around, you're likely to damage the circuit underneath.
Exactly. Yep.
And another thing too, it takes more heat to solder, and that unsolders off the track.
That's it.
So
it'll pull straight off. Yeah.
it's very important where you put the area, and sometimes I put my hand there like that and I get body capacity coming and mess with it.
Exactly. Yep.
FM is all right, but it's not what it's cracked up to be.
All right. Here's Ted's workshop or junk room. How long have you lived here?
Oh, a bit over 50 years now.
50 years.
Now, if I want the bench light, I get that one for close up. Well, there's some of the things I've been taking off the bench.
There we go. You've got another FM bug.
It's similar to the other one I showed you. I think this is dry joint in that. But I engraved the circuit.
So you engrave your PCBs, not etch them.
And I made up a little one with a 555 IC, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yep.
And it's really switching or oscillating or whatever you like, you can use it for. And the 741 is the amplifier one. I'll show you the engraver first.
Yep.
One thing at a time. There's one engraver, and there's the other one.
Right, so you use those to engrave your PCBs.
And you just go like that and then scrape them off. Well, you need a steady hand and you need a little bit of practice. Now.
And you've got an old ohm meter there.
That was a post office linesman's meter. Something bloke gave it to me, and they changed it, and I recalibrated them, and I get 8 volts full scale, or twice 16, or depends on if I'm checking the car battery, I use a 16, that's a 16, and if I want a continuity, I put it down here, and that brings in the ohm scale. You're familiar with bridges?
Oh, I know all about bridges, yes. I do.
You know Wheatstone Bridge?
I do know Wheatstone bridges,
Well,
yes.
you know the Ween Bridge?
Yes, I know the Ween Bridge.
Well, I made
yes.
one of those.
Right.
I made one for the council, and we fit it into a beautiful box that the carpenters had made, polished and everything. And they were using it to measuring underground gas-filled or oil-filled cables. And they could use with the Ween Bridge, they could almost check to the exact spot where any leakage occurred, and it used to save them a hell of a lot of digging up half a street looking for it.
Right, nice.
And with the Ween Bridge and a bit of calculation, they knew just where to put their fingers on it. The battery charger, I can go up to 6 amps for a short while. That's a power supply. It gives me up to 20 volts at 2 amps. In the side there's a little red button, and if I exceed the 7, there's no. I just got sick of putting fuses in. And all I've got to do is push the button back in again when I find the trouble. I've got xenodiodes in there. I'm on 3 volts now.
Yep.
That's my bugs.
Oh, for your FM bugs?
And now I've got 5. I've brought in a 5 xeno. Providing I've got, say, 10 or 11 volts, I can still get 9. I put it all on wood because I didn't have anything else. But I do use this quite a bit. Oh, yeah. Now, there's the one with the linear. That's the linear amplifier tank coil there, see?
Oh, yeah.
Now, this was bought from Dick Smith. And then I made one after. But down here, it's so complicated. And yet, cut that part off like you saw inside. I didn't need that, and I didn't need the extra transistor. It's got a switch in it too, and there's the adjusting slug.
Yep.
There's the antenna. Now, almost identical is the circuit, but different values.
Yeah.
Is that. And this, look at that.
Okay, so you bought this from Dick Smith and then you remade this one.
Yeah, forget this part here, see?
Yep.
Now look at that, which is the best one to make?
Oh, that's the better one. Yep.
Yeah, much easier, straightforward.
It is.
It takes up so much room. I did experiment and put one of these little, I got half a dozen of those I bought cheap. See, that's only got 3 turns. I was going to put one there, but it's a little bit high and a little bit, I was trying to keep it small as I could. But I think it's a bit of a mistake to try and make things too small. I buy the solder by the roll, I just pull it off here. I've got a little round tin I put here.
And here's your soldering iron. You made your own holder for it.
That's a 240, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever use the water for cleaning the iron?
Yes, yeah, with sponge.
The plastic.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one here somewhere. I haven't been using it, but I generally use but there's enough. If you can get your work cleaned up properly, it's got internal flux in the, you know.
Yes, it does. Flux inside the core.
I like this small stuff because I only use, and if you get a bigger stuff, you get a big blob off for nothing. You don't want it.
Is this your multimeter, Ted?
This is another one I made up.
Oh, you made it. That's great.
I like this idea better because as you plug in, it sort of cleans it. But I don't like these rotary switches. I don't like those. I like. There's nothing to go wrong with it.
Exactly, a jack. You just plug it in. Yeah.
It's a university made in Sydney. Strange as it may seem.
So, how long ago did you make this?
Oh, gee. Could be 20, 30 years ago.
20, 30 years
but
ago?
I wanted it like that with the big figures too.
Yeah.
I've got another one, a Tandy in there. There's about 6 different scales and they drive me mad. You got to sort out the scales, you know.
Yeah.
I think you should have a meter for each function.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
None of this multimeter rubbish. You got an ammeter and a voltmeter.
That's the amp scale.
Yep.
I can go up to 2 amps on that. And where do you think that's made?
Is that made in Australia too? No.
USSR.
Russian. That's Russian. Wow.
They're supposed to be educational meters, but they're really good. You know there's no such thing as a moving coil voltmeter?
Why?
Because it's an amp meter.
Very true.
It requires microamps to operate it.
Very true. Good one, Ted.
Yeah.
It does, yep.
I had an argument with a bloke at work one time. I've got another one inside. It works on the electrostatic.
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know, the moving blades.
Yes.
And I think I can get up to 5,000. Oh, a lot of these I made just after, sometimes we'd get a bit of spare time at work. I didn't used to make them in the works time. I made them in the, do a little bit and do a little bit and something to do after I had my lunch, because this is my doorstop.
Don't stop.
This is what I do for my wire. All the old things have been thrown out on the street.
Yep.
If I see a bit of wire, I nip it off. It's a little easel made for kids.
Nice. You're an artist.
Oh yeah, so sort of. You see all that. Oh, that's only a few. Some of them are only sort of caricatures. You'd be familiar with megas, wouldn't you?
I am, yes. We got a mega.
That's one I made.
You made your own mega. Nice.
It works off a big 1.5 volt one. 500 volts. And I'm getting 500 volts out of that from a 1.5 battery.
Nice.
That was the sort of work I was doing at the council. Not working on the mains or anything, I was working on test instruments. Now, see if I can find the bridge. I got a Wheatstone bridge and I got a Marconi bridge. Oh, this is the Wheatstone.
There we go. Old Wheatstone Bridge. Beautiful.
I couldn't get a good centre zero null indicator. So I took that out of a radio. I think it's the power or something. I made this switch up here to me different values.
Nice.
It's tapered. And as you screw it in, you turn it round and it cleans itself.
Oh, nice.
I made the box.
I've got some old radios up there by the looks of it. They still work?
Not
the old
very good because they really need new valves.
And what have we got here?
This is the Marconi. I think I can check condensers on this. This I made, I engraved this and I marked this off. When you null this one, you don't null it in the centre.
Yep.
It nulls here.
Right.
If you go too far, it'll come back up again. So it changes polarity.
Of course.
Somehow, I forget now. I use these, I made these at work. So it's over 30 years old. When I had nothing to do for about half an hour, I'd punch these out,
plates and
push these out. I've used it a few times, but I wanted that one. I think I made that one because I could measure a condenser, a capacitor. Well, this is another one for calibrating the meters. It's got a center in that, if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether you can find it.
Yep, I can see it.
Can you
Right
see
there.
it?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
They're very small. The Zeners are very accurate. You could use them for a standard almost.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a Clark cell?
Yes, I have.
Like the H shape?
Yes.
I used to have one of those. I think they had mercury in them, didn't they?
I think so. I think they may have. Nasty.
They're a thing of the past now.
Yep.
And that was a bug. I had the bug in there, that little one you showed in there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Goes in there, and I only had 1.5 volt, D-volt, double A there. And on there...
Ah, magnet. Sticks on.
Nice. I glue it on the fence or anywhere.
Oh, you keep your components in jars. I love it. Through-hole
screws and things, yeah.
No, you got through-hole condensers.
They'd come down here, you'd go to school, and they'd sit here and unscrew all the screws and all the scrap things I'd pick up in the street. They would say, and then they used to love it. Comes in handy when you lose one sometimes and you can't find it.
And a bunch of switches and pots. Terrific. Old school. I love it. Oh. Trimmer caps.
I got them all labelled. I think
diode bridges.
I think they rectify.
Yep. Oh, you've got RF rectifiers.
Oh yeah, I made a Christmas set.
Oh, okay. When?
I even got a lump of galena, about a bit bigger than my thumbnail, about twice as big. I got a bit of that inside, and you can use galena, use carborundum. They're sort of low power transistors.
Yep. BC547s. Yeah. There you go.
You know the numbers?
I do know the numbers. Yes, I do.
617T.
Oh, I don't know that one. maybe I'm not old enough.
I might have it wrong. Oh, there's the ceramic filters.
Ah.
You won't see those in use now because they use those for sidebands on the old sideband radios.
Yep. Ah, FETs. You've got some FETs in there as well.
I got a 548, that's right.
Yep.
548, 547, 549, they're all the same, the three of them. And I got a couple of FETs, FETs. 3563, I think that's a very high frequency one. Yeah, I could use that in my bug and go up on the air, but I get too close to the aircraft.
Right. There you go, you got some 555.
Well, this is a 555 in the blinker. 386 is an amplifier.
It is. Power amplifier, audio.
Yeah, I sort of haven't done much of it about it for a good while.
A battery tester,
You just put the battery in there against the lamp.
Way too simple.
It's a bit of brass, tin plated.
RCA transistor.
Oh, RCA, these valves. Oh, God, that's old.
Transistor, thyristor, and diode manual.
Oh, transistors, they're PNP. I don't use PNP, I just...
No, you're an NPN.
You're the same, are you? NPN.
Yep, NPN. Yep, all the way. None of this PNP rubbish. And what's the date on that?
Yeah, that'd be historical, wouldn't it?
It would. Oh, 1971. That's not too old.
1975.
Not 71.
1971, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'd just write into them and they'd send them to you for nothing.
Yeah.
Just to sell their bits.
Is this John Howard?
Yeah.
John Howard.
Oh yeah, I painted some watercolour. Howard, a bloke I didn't like.
No, you didn't like John Howard?
Nobody likes him, I don't think.
Nobody liked John Howard.
Anyhow, he's nothing now, is he?
Exactly. Odds and ends draw.
Yeah.
Lots of rules.
There's right up the right top end corner, you'll find a few resistors there.
Yep.
Mostly those are just standard sizes, not just odd sizes.
Plug packs. Yep.
Plug-in powers, all different ones. But there's never the one you want.
Never is, no.
This one here is giving me about 16. I've started to clean it up. That's why you see these things in the box.
Yeah?
And then there's another box there. I make my own charcoal for drawing with.
Make your own charcoal.
It's good charcoal. Diode on you lose 0.7 of a volt. So there's 2 points. You only get 1.2.
Yep.
Just enough to charge a AA.
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
I've had it on the bug.
Ah, so you had your FM bug working from solar powered FM bug. Nice. Nice little bender.
You put the sheet metal in there and clamp these two clamps and it comes out here according to what you want, and then you pull it up like that.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
I made these with those axes there and there.
Hi, I'm here with Colin Mitchell from Talking Electronics fame. Everyone in Australia will instantly recognise the name Colin Mitchell and his Talking Electronics magazine. And if you want to know, I get asked all the time where I learned electronics and how I learned electronics. Well, this man had a big hand in it. So thank you very much, Colin.
Good, that's lovely to see you,
Talking
Dave.
Electronics. I learned
Yes.
a lot of electronics from
Right,
the
well.
Talking Electronics magazine. And we're here.
Well.
Colin's going to take us through some old stuff, and we're going to talk about the history of
Yes.
talking electronics.